Hello everyone, this is your week 6 video. Again, I am posting this early so that if you are attempting to work ahead on the assignment, you have this video guidance to go along with it. Just remember, by the time you are watching this, you are almost at the finish line. We would have 2 weeks left here in class. And as always, I am here for you and I'm happy to help you with any questions. But let's talk about what we're doing this week. This week, you are turning in the final version of this paper that you have been building up on, this assessment paper. This week's paper will receive a grade. You will have feedback. And you would need to follow the due date deadline. So again, if you're going to have some trouble with that, please communicate with me early so that we can come up with a plan. I strongly encourage you to look at the rubric in the syllabus, to review the feedback you've gotten over the last 2 weeks with the assignment, and just make sure that you have everything neat and tidy ready to go with that. So let's just take a quick moment to review, kind of recap where you should be at. So the first week, in week 4, you worked on your assessment, which please make sure that you have both components of the data collection. So people and observations of the environment, as well as a secondary data collection, which is statistics that you have available either from your own school health, maybe charting system, or statistics that are available from another website. Following that assessment, you in week 5 were identifying a primary need of the population and detailing that. And now here at the end, oh, and I should mention, you should be identifying at least 1 and up to 2 primary needs of that population. And now this week, you are adding to all of that your interventions to meet the 1 or 2 needs that you identified last week. Really would like to see it be an evidence-based solution, implementation, that sort of a thing, suggestion. And you're going to work on writing that. So you should definitely be having credible resources, journal articles, that sort of a thing. Interventions can be reflective of techniques of education to meet needs, behavior modification, policy development, maybe interventions, policies, procedures that can be utilized. Those are all examples of what you would be adding this week. I know that this may be a bit of a struggle to come up with an intervention, but keep at it. And you can do it. School nursing is unfortunately a very, there's not a lot of us. We don't have a lot of other nurses to run ideas off of, or a doc, or a respiratory therapist. So we're kind of on our own and we work very independently. And we often are coming up with ideas that are very creative, outside the box, to come up with these solutions. So I am totally open to that and expect to be seeing that. I am fine with you writing about in this section something that you have already implemented in your school nurse practice, if it's appropriate for the assignment. So if one of the things that you identified is a problem that you've identified, last year or earlier in your school nurse career, and you figured out a way to solve it, go ahead and write about it. You're more than welcome to do that. This is a great time for others of us to get other ideas from each other. Again, because we do work very isolated in our profession and we don't always have the ability to bounce ideas off of each other. I want you to also think about things here that might help with your intervention. Think about something that you are really passionate about in school health. And can that be included in the paper? Because this paper very well could be a springboard or a starting point for your master's practicum or capstone project. So for me, when I was in my master's program, one of the assignments that we did, I identified how one of the obstacles in the situation was the fact that the school nurse role was not well understood. So that was something I identified in this project. And then later when I got to my capstone, I was like, I really feel passionately about it. And looking back on this assignment, if that understanding was increased, then this other problem probably wouldn't be as big or as much of an issue. And that gave me my idea and my springboard for my capstone project of how do we enhance administrators' understanding of the school nurse role. Again, you are almost at the finish line. Please don't hesitate to email me if you have any questions or concerns about what is due this week. If you have questions or need clarification about any of the feedback you've received, if you feel like a Zoom session would help, just let me know. Please refer to the review to the rubric, the feedback you've gotten. And again, let me know if you're going to struggle with meeting the deadline for this week. Thanks so much.